Good morning, Daywalkers. I am Reanimate Her, and this is Coffee Chat of Horrors, the only horror show that takes its coffee like it's magic, and that is black. Today, we'll be talking about Ringu from 1998. So, slap on that SPF 666, grab yourself a buddy bucket of brains, and enjoy the show. Right on, right on. You definitely are on my time. I'm saving 5K in skulls because I'm curious of what Necro Rise. Just wait for next week, my friend. Mima, thank you for that host. I do have some plans that I have been working on for next week. I have the time, I will work on it then. Sounds amazing, Reaper. We can chit chat. I love your ideas. Hello, Bri. From the Philippines. Well, welcome. I hope the Philippines are nice and warm today. How are you doing, Bri? Okay, so who here has seen the Japanese version, The Ring? Now, we do know about the American version because the American version has been remade. And so is the entire franchise of The Ring. It has been remade for North America. I really love the Japanese version myself. I know you never seen it. Yeah. Perfect. So for those of you that haven't seen it, we're going to watch the trailer for Ring. Now, Ringu means ring. Now, this was the first adaptation of Ringu was done in 1995, which not everyone knows about the 1995 version. They only know about either the 1998 or the North American version that happened several years later. Japanese horror is amazing. International horror is amazing. This Tuesday, we will be watching a French horror movie called Inside. It's very graphic, very gory, right up this bitch's alley. But yes, we will be doing that. Now, Dill, unfortunately, we don't have Terra Trivia today because there's not much in trivia questions, unfortunately. Y'all in the kitchen with me while I start my dinner in the slow cooker. Ooh, what kind of dinner you having, Mischief Maker, in that slow cooker? It is scarier than the American version. I find the Japanese versions are because they're more about the lore than the shock factor, which the lore kind of gets a little more spookier as you go. I know, Dale. Trust me, I know. But I find this version better than the North American version. I know. Fuck this shit, I'm out, right? Look at this bitch taking away Terra Trivia. I know, right? All right, we are going to go and watch Ringu trailer. You guys make me laugh. All right, tell me if it's too loud, guys, or not loud enough. Ready? There's no real sound, Regal. You should have heard the phone. It definitely is, definitely is. You notice it's more theatrical than the American version. Right? Right? Oops. There we go. So it is definitely creepier when it is in the Japanese version. Yes, yes. So if you've never seen the Japanese version and all you have seen is the North American version, I highly recommend watching and checking out the Ringu series. Now, there's more than one. There is a sequel to Ringu, and there's also the adaptation in 1995. There is one that has closed captioning, basically, caption in English. I don't know if there's a dubbed English one. I personally hate dubs unless they're done really well, right? But no, I watch a lot of international horror, so a lot of them have closed captioning, and so I'm used to that. Ringu 1 and 2, and then the Ring 1 and 2, Ringu 2, and Ring 2, yes, they are definitely different, and most of them have been transformed into North America. Now, in the North American version of Ringu, it's not as intense and theatrical. It's more visual, and they show you more visual things. Where in here, you can tell the suspense, not a lot of sound either in the Japanese version. So that's all fine if you can read, right? Yeah, I know. It's all fine if you can read. I know, babes. We're just going to lower that just in case. Yes, and there are the rings, which are new ones. Yes. So Ringu was released in 1998. The budget for Ringu in American funds were 1.2 million US. Gross, this hurts. Gross worldwide, 59,000. I love Godzilla. I love the original Godzillas, though. All the CGI ones, I don't give a shit about. So, 1.2 million US budget. Worldwide gross, 59,000. That is a kick in the teeth. Yeah. This is a Japanese horror mystery. Hi, Simula. How are you? Right, Kay? Damn. Now, a quick thing, if you missed the trailer, the plot. A reporter and her ex-husband investigate a cursed video tape that is rumored to kill viewer in 7 days after watching it. That is the premise of this film. You watch this video and you're dead in 7 days. You watch it, the phone rings, and boom, 7 days, your ass is grass. And this ghost bitch is your lawnmower. Shin Godzilla pays homage to Tanaka. How much did the American version? I'm not too sure. I did all of my research on Ringu. Guarantee you that the North American version probably made more because people can identify with it more. It's hard for Americans or North America to relate to a lot of Japanese culture. And in Japanese made films, there's a lot of Japanese culture or even Korean and whichever international films you are watching. Sometimes it's hard to translate from Japanese into American, their type of culture. So this film, guaranteed, probably in North America version made more money, and it was different. It wasn't exactly the same as the Japanese version. Yeah, one missed call. Yep. But there's a little known fact about The Ring. Now, the first adaptation of The Ring was done in 1995. And this was a television movie that was named Ringu. I can't pronounce their Japanese names, but Kanzenban, which literally means ring. It's a complete edition. Now, in 1998, they released a movie, but in Japan, this was a television series. My favorite director is Raihu Kitamura. He's Japanese. Sam Raimi. Yes, he is. How you doing, Shark DNA? Is this the original story inspired by... Yes, it's by... So I'm going to get to that, Nether. I'm going to get to that. I have Zombie Jack. I'm really not... I know this is not popular opinion. I don't really give two fucks about the new Halloween. I don't. And I don't because I think the first one took a shit. But we're not here to talk about Halloween, are we? I did say it. I did, because I ain't afraid. Take my horror card, I fucking dare ya. But yes. Most of the film's making, like the shooting was all done on a shoestring budget. Being 1.2 million, was basically provided by Hideo Nakata himself. So the director of this film literally put in most of the budget for this film to be made. And that's a shoestring budget, according to them, in an interview. With Hideo, that was a shoestring budget. Like, I want 1.2 million to be a fucking shoestring budget. Please send me that 1.2 million over here. How can you say something so controversial yet so brave? I know a lot of people love the new Halloween. I think comedians need to stay the fuck out of horror. That's just me. But yeah, the titles of the upcoming, they're trash. Halloween Kills? Yeah, no shit. Yeah, right? So now I'm giving you some information from the interviews with the director. So according to the director, Hideo Nakata, the script and pre-production process took 3 to 4 months, shooting 5 weeks, and post-production 4 months. So that's not a long time. So the script and pre-production process, anywhere from 3 to 4 months, right? They shot this film in 5 weeks. And then in post-production, 4 months, right? That's not a lot of time if you think about how some of these other movies take almost a year to create, right? Thank you, Faceless Melancholy. Thank you for resurrecting the Horde on your channel. Miss Gothic, I agree with her. I'm not the biggest horror fan, but my first horror movies I watched in the early teens were the shit Rob Zombie films. I don't have a shoestring like that. Me neither. Right, Mito? I'd love to loan a shoestring like that, right? Gamer Sass. How are you doing, Gamer Sass? Happy Sunday. How are your puppers doing? Is your one pupper feeling better? I know she had a little of an injury. I'm doing fabulous. It's Sunday. I'm drinking nice, dark French roast coffee. I'm having a great time. I'm hanging out with my friends. We're discussing horror, like what can be better. It is my favorite franchise, The Ghostface, and I felt so awkward in theaters. I was so excited to hear people laughing as much as they did, and it just wasn't the same. It wasn't bad, but it was disappointing. At least Rob Zombie kept it violent and gory. Ms. Gothic, that is why I like Rob Zombie's take on Halloween. It's not the storyline that I like, it's the violence. It's the pure violence of Michael Myers that he shows. It's the bloody. Let me tell you, Michael Myers in Halloween was very light on the gore, if you think about it, right? But in Rob Zombie's version, he stabs that one chick like 100 fucking times. He was like, bam, 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 all over her fucking body, blood flying all over the place. The walls were splattered and stained with blood. Like, what the fuck? That was awesome. His storyline, okay, right? But everything else was fucking amazing. The way Michael just shredded people in his fucking path. We're getting off topic. I want to try to get him some pain meds. He's not really. Oh no, Gamer Sass. Hi, Dante. Not yet. You got a lurk, Demonic. You go get that lurk on, darling. He makes amazing music. Me too. I know. I gotta focus. What part of the U.S. do you live in? I don't live in New York, but I have lived in New York. I'm in Canada. I'm in Alberta. And I hope your pupper there gets some relief, Gamer Sass. It really sucks when our fur babies are in pain. I have a mixed accent because I've lived on the East Coast of the United States and the West Coast of Canada. I know. I've got to focus, man. I need a focus command because I can get off topic so fucking quickly. Welcome back, Dahi. Welcome back. You're not missing anything in New York? No, I've got a lot of family in New York. So the special effects of this film, you know, that grainy look that this film has? The special effects on the cursed videotape and some parts of the film was shot on a 35 millimeter film, which was processed in a laboratory where the computer added that grainy effect to it. That's kind of cool. I don't want to pay our vet prices, but we might need to. I know I'm gonna have to bring Paul to the vet as well. Paul's having some issues. I'm noticing he's been ripping his fur out on his side. That's not a good sign. When cats rip their fur out, lick their fur out, is something going on. So I feel your pain. I definitely feel your pain there. Had to grab some coffee and breakfast. What's for breakfast? I know, I'm focusing. Right? I need like Mr. Serial Killer's Care Bear stare, but not for like getting out of control, for more of a focus point. So maybe laser beam eyes or something. My kitty is only about 5 years old, but he's like a moose here. He's overweight, and we've been trying to get his weight under control between the vet and I. And unfortunately, I don't know what's going on with him right now. He started to pull out his fur. Mino, you get that lurk on. You get it on. Enjoy that lurk. Thank you, Faceless. I love hugs. I love hugs. But that's how they got the grainy effect, especially in the videotape scene. So I thought that was really cool when it came to that effect. I've seen The Ring a million times because I enjoy that show. I enjoy it tremendously. And in the American version, they've lost that grainy feel and that grainy look to it. I wrapped his leg yesterday and ordered some wraps, hoping it will help stabilize whatever is wrong, but it just seems to make things worse. He does better just leaving it alone, but still not putting weight on it. Yeah, did he chip a nail maybe? They should have the Ring girl on Dead by Daylight. We kind of do, the spirit, right? We kind of do the spirit. Fluffy, how are you? Good evening, my friend. How are you? But we kind of have the spirit, right? Kill the survivors by calling them. Can you imagine? No, that's what already Scream does. Ghostface. Okay. Now, the effect of Sadako. Now, Sadako is the young lady that is in the well. Now, the effect of Sadako coming out of the well was accomplished with only one simple effect. Rai Ino, who is a student of the Kabuki theater, which uses exaggerated motion and jerking movements to emphasize emotion, was heavily involved in the development of Sadako's character. Ino's was filmed walking backwards, and the film was run in reverse. The end result is Sadako walking forwards with an unnatural motion. Now, Kabuki theater is very big in a lot of Japanese horror. The body twitches, you know what I mean? The bending over backwards, the body contorting itself. That is very big in the Kabuki theater. And they've used a lot of that in all of the Japanese films. Shit, I don't have anything to hydrate with. I'll have to drink my coffee. I'm kind of dead. Won't move much away from my chair and laptop this evening. Oh, no. Hi, little antique. How are you? I want some Dunkin' and I can't have coffee. That sucks that you can't have coffee. And yeah, that sounds delicious, Dahi. Please share. Please share. Yeah, party. Fluffy is now exhausted. No wonder movements are so freaking crap. Yeah, they're so creepy, and that's because of what they do. You see it a lot. Yes, you do, Dante. Yes, you do. The idea of a cursed film fascinates you. There's a story behind Sadako, and there's a huge story. You grab my looking for. Oh, it's in the cabinet in the kitchen where your iced tea is. I'm getting those hydrations right now. Heavy is getting me my my cup. No worries. Miss Machiavelli, you get your lurk on. I hope you sleep very well. Have an enjoyable time. You'll be able to catch this VOD anytime. Anytime. Shudder, Dillinger Banks is right there. Shudder is amazing. And you can get a lot of really cool films on Shudder. I can't feel anything anywhere his foot is, leg, no bumps, no swelling, no pokes, no cuts, no deformed bones. That really sucks, Gamer Sass. And it's not getting any better, right? It just came. Oh, you're in Australia as well. So is Miss Machiavelli in Unid. The 2004 Grudge director in September 2019 said he was doing an American Grudge versus American Ring. Interesting year. Interesting. Full Moon just acquired rights to Dario Argento's Asian Argento films? Really? Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, we got a lot of Aussies up in here, Miss Machiavelli. But yeah, that's really cool on how they made Sadako come out of that well. Really, really cool. I love demons, man. Seems to be the same still, poor pitiful creature. I am so sorry. That sucks, Gamer Sass. That sucks. Now, in the Japanese version, Sadako's face is never seen in the film. Never. The closest we get to seeing anything resembling a face is the close-up of her eye. That is it. That's all you get to see of her face. You never actually see her full face. And they did that on purpose. And Sadako is a cultural icon in Japan. And we're going to get on to what Sadako is and why she is a cultural icon in Japan, which I thought was really cool. The party wasn't that exhausting, by the way, just not getting much sleep in the last 2 days. Oh, that sucks. And you're doing contortion and strength training for 1.5 hours today. Damn. GG's. I'm the porn parody you get to see close up of her brown eye, right? Right? The evil eye. It's a Japanese horror thing. The evil eye is actually a gypsy thing as well, and an Italian thing. So anyways, let's get back to Sadako. Shizuko Yamamura is based on a real person. Shizuko Mifune, who was born in 1886 in Komodo Prefecture and was rumored to have the gift of foresight. After a demonstration in 1910, she was proclaimed a charlatan and committed suicide a year later by ingesting poison. So, that there is where you kind of get the Sadako myth, urban legend, or lore from. And Sadako's movements are also based on a form of a dance from Japan called Buto, Butoh. And not only is it based on a dance, but also the Kabuki theater, which I thought was really cool about Shizuko Yamamura. And that is her real name. It is based on a real person. And she committed suicide by poisoning. Like, what? Because she was considered a charlatan. Well, it came out that she was considered a charlatan and they all bullied her, right? Now, there is a 2001 UK DVD release. And this one has a back cover that carries a disclaimer. Seriously, there is a disclaimer on the 2001 United Kingdom DVD release. And it's stating that the distributor accepts no responsibilities for any injuries or fatalities that may occur during or after the viewing of this video cassette. Isn't that interesting? It's the Durs. Welcome to the crypt. Thank you for the follow. So that I found was really cool, that in the UK DVD, on the back, it has a disclaimer from the distributor. Well, we all seen what happened when The Exorcist came out, right? I wrote the same warning on my sex tape. Now, at the time, listen to this. I thought this was interesting because if you know anything about horror, you know horror originated in Japan in the 1800s. Okay? If you didn't know this, you can go back to my YouTube channel and check out the VOD Horror 101. We went in and discussed where horror originated and what the definition of horror actually means. Now, I found this really interesting, this piece of information. At the time of this film's release, 1998, right? 1998, it was the highest grossing horror film in Japanese history. You mentioned Shudder, which is a great for long films. There's a YouTube channel called Alter that is dedicated to horror shorts, and they have great quality. Thanks, Dante. Thank you for that information. As well as there is Netflix actually has some really cool, Netflix Canada, I don't know about the United States, has some really cool international horror anthologies that are anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes long, which is really cool as well. And they're Korean, actually. Godam, I can't pronounce it, but it's Korean, and they're anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah, go look at your international horror on Netflix. I don't know if it has it there for Americans, but in Canada, it's there. So now you know that close-up of Sadako's eye? You know how it comes in, and we've seen it in the trailer, how it comes up and her eye is like looking down and it's like wide, right? It's kind of creepy. That close-up eye near the end of the film was performed by a male crew member, Nohuriko Miyazaki. Oh, Jesus Christ, what a name. I could not pronounce that. I know I'm probably killing it. Nohuriko had to chop off his eyelashes to make that shot more disturbing. Can you imagine cutting your eyelashes off? To me, it sounds like it would be painful, but it's most likely not. But could you imagine being that fucking committed to a movie for one little shot to cut your eyelashes right off? That is fucking commitment. So what did you say here? Did some extra wallpapers today. I did these screens back in April. Some of them are new screens coming. Coffee Chat of Horrors. I think you like me and Ra. About 20 shows completed. Trust me, chat, you will love what's coming. Exactly. We do have a shit ton of shows planned for the rest of this year. That is pretty messed up. The eyes are sensitive, right? That is commitment, Dahi. My eyelashes are too precious. Miss Gothic, my eyelashes are too precious as well. Like, hot damn. I understand they grow back, but still, my luck, I'd cut them off and they wouldn't fucking grow back. And then I'd be fucked. Right, Dale? I'm passing. I would have a blast creeping people out afterwards. Yeah, could you imagine how creepy you could get? Right? Koji Suzuki got his inspiration for the Ringu novel from his horror movie Poltergeist in 1982. So that was interesting news that I found, that I dug through to find how Suzuki had his inspiration, which for the Ringu novel, if you've never read it, you can go out and get a copy of it. His favorite horror movie was Poltergeist from 1982, right? Channel Point Gold, Dylan just shaves off his eyebrows or trims his eyelashes. Ooh. I don't think he'd do that. Shaving your eyebrows, my eyebrows go back. I've shaved from here down of my eyebrows. It eventually does grow back. My eyelashes are so blonde, it already looks like I don't have any. I have to wear lots of mascara as well, Kit. Erratic agent. Darling, thank you for that, host. I appreciate it. Channel Point Gold, Miss Gotha can kiss my ass. So now we're going to talk about Sadako's psychic abilities in the film. Now, in Japan, psychic abilities are known as nensha. And now I know I'm not pronouncing it correctly, but nensha is what psychic abilities are known for. And it's a form of spirit photography that enables someone to burn images from their mind onto any solid surface just by thinking about them, which is why anybody close to her can suffer nightmares and bad visions. This is also how she burned her images onto the videotape. I know a lot of people who've seen this. It's like, how'd this bitch use a VHS? Like, how the fuck did she videotape herself? Right? Because you're all wondering that, especially if you've seen the North American version. Like, how the fuck did this bitch make this video? That is how she made the video, by using her nensha. So it's, when you think about something, you burn that image on to that subject, whether it's a wall, video cassette tape, or anything like that. So that's what she used, was nensha. And she used that to give people nightmares to think about her as well. So when she came in contact with other people, ones that may have not actually seen the full video, but she would actually put that out there to scare the shit out of them, to put them on edge. I know the North American version does not go over that at all. My son has long lashes. My spawns have long eyelashes, like super long. They look like they're fucking fake. They don't even have to wear mascara. My one daughter, my eldest spawn, they're so long that if she does wear mascara, she can't wear glasses because it hits the glasses. But I thought that was an interesting fact about Nensha and how Sadako gets her image burnt onto the video. Now, in the American trailer for Ringu, pronounces the word as Ringu, which is O-O, right? R-I-N-G-O-O. But in fact, Japanese words must end with either a vowel or a N, and the U should be pronounced as softly vocalized as schwa. Schwa. Ringu. Ringu. Schwa. Right? That's how you would pronounce Ringu. It was a bitch for me to fucking practice that. I had to go to Google. That reminds me of the Weeping Angels in Doctor Who. Yes, images and videos of Weeping Angels became Weeping Angels. Yes, yes. And we actually did a sci-fi section on Doctor Who, right? Now, we're also going to get into a little bit of the Ju-on series because they kind of are very close and have been inspired by the same legend, right? So Sadako is based on the legendary Japanese ghost of the Onryo. Usually female, it is a ghost that manifests after dying in the grip of a powerful rage and materializes as a very physical spirit to seek vengeance on the living. The Ju-on series was also inspired by the same legend. Now, if you play Dead by Daylight, you know we have a spirit named the Spirit. If you've actually read her backstory is very, very close to the legend of Onryo. Maybe you didn't know that. But yes, even the Ju-on series, which is The Grudge, the entire movie and the Netflix series Ju-on, and I highly suggest you watch it if you haven't watched it yet. It is dubbed, so there's no subtitles, but it is dubbed, and it's dubbed pretty decently. But it's on the same legend, right? On the same legend. I probably could have done Terra Trivia. You know what? I probably could have done Terra Trivia today. Spirit backstory is my favorite, and it's very similar to the backstory of the original Japanese legend, right? I always got them grudges and well-dwelling demons mixed up. Now, I noticed in the trailer, we got to see Sadako's nails, right? You remember that? How nasty it looked? Well, you got to think about it. If looking closely at Sadako's hands, one can see that she lacks fingernails. This is a result of her trying to climb out of the well for 7 days. Hence, 7 days. So, I don't want to give away too many spoilers in this. But if you watch the Japanese version, you get to see kind of what happened to Sadako and a little bit of more of a backstory than the North American version. And you'll see that she was put in the well alive and that in 7 days, she tried to crawl out and did not make it, obviously. If you say they actually ripped her nails off, I'll vomit. No, they were able to create that with latex and rubber gloves. A lot of the effects that you see in any of these Japanese films are not fully CGI. So her hands, the contortion that she does, that's all the actress. And the nails on her, welcome back, Ike. The nails on her, that's exactly what they were made by. But it's kind of gross to look at them, right? Yeah. The novel was originally a science fiction based, not a horror mystery based. It was science fiction based while also blending in the elements of supernatural horror as well. Hideo Nakata opted to remove the science fiction elements in favor of more traditional ghost stories. The sequel to this film is called Rasen, which was also released in 1998. It is a more faithful to the source material, keeping the science fiction portions of the story. So if you guys are interested, this was released at the same time as Ringu was. So you have Ringu And then you have Rasen, and it's spelled Rasen, and it was released the same year in 1998, and it is a more of a sequel to Ringu. Makeup artists exist where CGI doesn't. Exactly, Dante. And I'm a practical effects gal all the way. A nice blended effect with CGI, little CGI and practical effects is amazeballs. But I do love true practical effects in films. It just brings something more to it. And if you guys have ever seen the Scare Package, amazing practical effects in that horror comedy anthology that plays on Shudder, Shudder. Teeth, hair, don't get me too much. Nails are 50-50 for me, but eye stuff, yeah, Dillinger, eye stuff for me as well. Hostile. That's all I got to say. Hostile. Yeah. Now, there's some more amazing artwork that we have here. Oh yeah, zombie, where that piece of wood. Yeah, dude, anything with the eyes, man, because you can see it coming, especially if they cut your eyelids off, right? Then there's no hiding it. Like, there's no going like this and not seeing it. And obviously your brain's going to be like, keep your eyes open. Dead space. Hostile's eye scene wasn't bad. If you don't like eye torture, like myself and Dill, it's a fucking horrible scene. Like, I don't like eyeball torture at all. At all. Nails, bamboo shoots in the nails, nails through the hand, nails through the balls, whatever. That doesn't affect me. Nails and shit between the webbing of your fingers, that doesn't bother me. Fucking eyeball shit, though. Eyes are queasy for me, but not as bad as the nails. See, nails don't bother me at all. Dillinger, I despise the air puff at the eye doctors. Rod's gonna make me vomit. I fucking hate that as well, Miss Gothic. I hate it. I know, I'm focusing. Chompers, welcome to the crypt. Thank you for that follow. Regal likes to keep me on point because my ass does get distracted. Hideo Nakata. Yeah, I think I'm pronouncing it right. Hideo Nakata would go on to direct another film based on Koji Suzuki's literary works, that being Dark Water in 2002. Anyone here seen Dark Water? How you doing, Chompers? Happy Sunday. If you are just joining us, you are joining us for Coffee Chat of Horrors. We are discussing Ringu, the Japanese version from 1998. If you've missed any of today's information, it will be in Discord by the end of day today. All of my research on this film will be posted in the Discord channel under Coffee Chat of Horrors, as well as you will be able to catch this VOD over on YouTube next week, and you will be able to catch the podcast version, because there will be a podcast version of this as well. So if you can't watch the VOD or you want to listen to it while you're at work, you can listen to it in a podcast form. All will be coming out next week. Yes, sir, you are blowing into my eye. Not an N64 game. Please stop, right, Miss Gothic, right? Did I ever mention that I fell asleep in the middle school multiple times because people were telling surgery stories? Once that even happened when they were just reading a fictional book. Right? Oh, Yokai Kitsune is amazing. Chompers, thank you for coming over here. Yokai, thank you so much for telling your friends about me. I appreciate that. Thank you so very much. And I'm going to get off topic here just for a second, because I want to make a point of what Choppers just did. A lot of people lately have been complaining about support. Viewers not coming into my channels, my friends not coming in, my other streamer friends not coming in to visit me because I'm live and they haven't been around. Support comes in many ways, guys. Support comes in many ways. That was what Yokai Kitsune just did. Yokai told a friend of hers named Chompers about me. So Chompers is like, I'm going to check this bitch out. Came over here and checked us out. That is support right there. Even if Kit didn't come into the stream today or hasn't been in the stream in a month, that right there is support. A lot of people worry about, well, you know, they don't make it into my stream, but I'm always in their stream. How come they don't come into my stream? You got to remember, some of us who are full-time content creators also have families and other things that we have to get done during the week or day or month. And we don't get to make it into every one of our friends' streams, even though we really want to. But that right there is support. Free support. Doesn't cost you a thing. Posting, tweeting, telling your friends, sharing it on social media. All of support, guys. All of support. Just because your friend may not be in your stream every day doesn't mean they don't support you. So, Kit, thank you so very much. Chompers, thank you for checking us out.
And Chompers, your soul has been sacrificed by Ache. Ake, thank you for sacrificing the soul of Chompers to the Horde.
Now, Chompers, not only were you just friggin' sacrificed, I know, right? Your name now goes on the sub coffin. One moment while we get that sub coffin out here. Right, Dahi? It's definitely facts. You may not be able to make it into every stream, and that's quite all right, right? Ain't nothing wrong with that in my eyes. And my eyes don't want to go back to being normal. That's the funny shit right there. But let's go back to that. Let's get our sub coffin. I'm just going to switch scenes so I can show Chompers their name on the sub coffin. Hot take, if you hold it against someone else for not being in your stream as much as you are in theirs, you're the one in the wrong, and you're holding them unfair expectations. You're not supporting them because you want to. You're doing it because you want something. Exactly. Gullible, please don't ever feel bad about not being in here. Nobody, please don't feel bad about not being in here. I understand. Life is busy. We got families. We got stuff, extracurricular activities. It's summer. When winter hits here, this bitch doesn't leave the house. It's too fucking cold. So you'll see me a lot more playing video games and in people's streams. You like my voice changer? Thank you, Nether. Thank you. And this is not a scratch. You scratch my back and I scratch your back system. I agree with you 100%. And if you think that I am sorry, I vomit anytime someone even lurks in my stream. To even be able to talk to people who are so amazing and be friends with you all is the best part. I agree with you, Miss Gothic. I see a reanimator in so many streams, even when she doesn't see me. Exactly. So I do a lot of lurking. I'm usually working or I'm dealing with some family matters, but I always try, and I don't always see devil. Now, let me get Chompers up here. Now, I know my life is I'm a busy bitch. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a busy bitch. I'm a mother, grandmother. I take care of my family. I stream full time. I take college courses as well from home. And I'm my own IT tech branding and marketing. I'm a busy bitch. Chompers, your name is right there. It's hard to see. Son of a bitch. It's hard to see, but your name is right there. You are now forever immortalized on my sub coffin. It never comes off. It doesn't matter if you were gifted or not. It never comes off. Do you have stream loots, Chompers? Because every sub gets stream loots chest, and I can have Regal send you a stream loots chest if you have it. Now we're going back to our web show scene. She always sees you. She's just admiring you from afar. Yeah, that's what we call it, admiring from afar. I'm a lurky turkey as well, Kit. I am super sneaky. I'm there. You may not see me, but trust me. Because someone will say something and I'll be like, oh, I've seen that. Yeah, I was in your stream. Thank you for giving brains. Like, seriously, thank you. I don't think I do. Okay, no worries, Chompers. It's all good. It's all good. If you don't, it's a free account if you want. You sign up with your Twitch, but if not, don't even worry about it. Don't sweat it. What Reanimator is saying about friendship and support for streamers, almost like Cranky is speaking through her, it's spooky. Right, Reaper? Right? I miss that man tremendously, and I can't believe his anniversary is coming up next month. It just blows me away. I want to do a special thing on his anniversary. There we go. Okay, so Ake, is it not working? Totally, Ron. I don't see much of each other lately, but we're still as... Fuck yeah, Gamer Sass. You're my brother from another mother. We Gamer Sass and I we used to be able to see each other quite often. Work gets in the way, hours gets changed, COVID happens. He may not be here every day, and I may not be in his stream every day. We may not talk every day, but the fact of the matter is that I support him 110% in everything that he does. He's an amazing human being. And just because someone is not there for you every day doesn't mean they don't love you or support you. He is, Goner. He is a very missed man, severely. Sorry for asking if it's a sore subject. Who was Cranky? Cranky, can we, hold on, let me just pick up my Firebot here so you can see who this amazing man was. And I'm sorry for getting off of focus of Coffee Chat of Horrors. Cranky was an amazing man, mentor of mine. That man right above me, he's the reason I am who I am today as a content creator, because I would have been just another variety person with nowhere to go. And because of this man and his inspiration and his real talk, he was amazing. He's still amazing. And he did so much for the streaming community. He had a great web show he started out on Twitch and then moved over to Mixer, well, Beam at the time, and then Mixer. And he had a show there, By the Power of Coffee, which if you see in my title is a hashtag. That man was everything. He was amazing. He told you how it was. He didn't sugarcoat shit. And he always wanted you to be welcomed if you were a good person. If you weren't, he called your shit out. Like, he seriously called your shit out in the best way. Meat tunnel, tongue push-ups are two of the things I will never forget. Dingleberries. I call wannabe trolls dingleberries because he gave an insight to dingleberries, and that's what they are. He was to Ra what Ra is to the rest of us. He showed her the way. He really did, Eve. He did. I love him to death. And he passed away a couple of years ago in October. A supremely wise soul and one of the biggest hearts I've ever known. Also took no shit. Never took any shit. And this is how Coffee Chat of Horrors was formed, by his inspiration. He used to do a web show during the week, and it was so much fun. And that's where the Reaper Report came to fruition. And when he passed, before he passed, I even asked Cranky if it was okay to have the Reaper Report in my Discord or even on my show, because Coffee Chat of Horrors was a whole other animal back in the day. It was very different. And Coffee Chat of Horrors was birthed from Cranky. And he was the inspiration to that. Even when he was alive, he was the inspiration of my show. I wanted to bring something to pay homage to a great man, but with my twist on it. And this is how we have Coffee Chat of Horrors. He's still the best streamer you worked for. I agree, Reaper. But that's who Cranky Canuck is. When you walked into his stream, it was like going to Cheers. Everybody knew your fucking name. Everybody was like, hello, how are you? Yada, yada, yada. We had a great time. And that is my focus of the Horde. I've always wanted the Horde to be a place where you walk in and everybody knows your name. Everybody is happy to see you. You go through trials and tribulations, we go there with you. We go through it with you. That is what I want this community to be. And I think I'm hitting that nail on the head every time. Sometimes some people think that it's not, but I like to look at it that way. Base Devil, how are you? How are you doing? Okay, so back into Coffee Chat of Horrors. Sorry, sidetrack. Oopsies. Now, if you look closely, which we did at Sudoku's hand, you've seen how nasty that was, right? And that was from her scratching her way, trying to climb out of the well. All of her fingernails ripped off, dehydration, but then her body absorbed all the gross water that was inside. They did that look with some latex and gloves, and of course some fake blood. Oh, Goner, sending you hugs. Thanks for answering, Ra. I feel he was a great man by your words, and I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to meet him. It seems I would have, oh God, you would have loved him. Hands down. I'm Base Devil. I'm doing fabulous. I cannot complain. I am doing great. You see some of the images here. So you know how in The Grudge and in The Ring, the body contortion, right? These are performed by contortionists. These are people who are able to transform their bodies into different positions. We see a lot of this in ghost films, like The Exorcism of Emily Rose, The Exorcist, right? Where she does the crab walk backwards down the friggin' stairs. Crazy shit. These are all done by contortionists. And they also use a lot of the kabuki theater and buto dance and how they create that creepy body effect. Plus the way they do the film, like the way they reverse it and everything. And Cranky's Reaper Report lives on in Reanimator's Discord. That is very true, Reaper. Very true. How you doing, Ash? How's your day going? And so The Ring really shows a lot of that with her arms and legs, her leg being ahead of her one arm. As you can see in this picture right here, is that her friggin' leg is literally in front of her one arm. She's twisted and contorted to that sense where it looks creepy. It's unnerving. And do you want to know why this look here? Let's see if I can make it bigger for you. Do you want to know why that look is unnerving? Do you want to know why? The science behind it? Try to make that bigger for you to see. The reason why that looks very creepy is because the human eye naturally sees the body normally, right? As it's walking forward. Anything that our eye sees as backwards is unnerving. And especially when it comes to people's bodies being contorted at the same time. Our brain doesn't know how to actually justify that. So that when we see, it's like certain colors. For instance, Freddy Krueger's sweater. Those particular red and green are particular because those cause uneasiness. That is why they used it. Wes Craven specifically wanted specific coloring. And there's certain coloring in other films, Gallo films, Argento, yellows, right? Certain colors, not all the greens are like that though. It was a specific green and a specific color red that caused uneasiness in a person when their eyes seen it. The brain registered it differently. It's the same that goes for when contortionists contort their bodies. Our eyes are like, holy shit, our brain is trying to comprehend it. And it puts us in that uneasy, creeped out feeling. Yeah, you did. You popped in at a great time, Ash. I feel like I have seen that scene walking down the stairs in the back bend. Trying to do that stuff myself made me realize what insane strength it takes. It definitely does. And Fluffy, you've seen that. If you've watched The Exorcist, you've seen it. Unfortunately, in the theatrical release, meaning that it was released in movies, that scene was cut from the film, but only added into the film when it hit DVD. People that can fit themselves into 1-foot boxes are cool, right? Right? There ain't enough chiropractors in the world that could help straighten my back out if I contorted myself like that. I would break. I could imagine bigger on screen because images are not high quality. Yeah. It's hard to find those. Well, I guess I'm more tired than I thought. I couldn't find my phone. Then I heard you speaking from the freezer. Oh my Kit, did you put me in the freezer? If you watch the latest American version Ring, it gives the backstory more to the original Ringu version, yes. Her standing straight up in the lower left picture disturbs me because the more you look at, the more my brain struggles to tell if I'm looking at the front or the back of her head. Yes. And Japanese films are very well known for the hair in front of the face and being straggly. I gotta get some cleaning done or I won't, yeah, no worries, Batty. Do what you gotta do. Dr. Bacon and Beer, thank you for those 100 tiggle bitties. Raw frozen, right? Frozen raw. But definitely it is. Definitely get some sleep on there, Kit. We can do tiggle bitties. We can do bitties command. It should pop up here.
With tiggle bitties.
With tiggle bitties. Yeah, it's a bigger version. You guys wanted bigger bobs? There you go. You got yourself some bigger bobs. You wanted it all. You wanted it. You got it. That's what she said, Reegs. That's what she said. And it is because of the placement of the overlay. Who doesn't love Elvira, right? I love Elvira. We are getting towards the end of the actual information about The Ring. The Ring doesn't have a crap ton of info as many other horror movies do. And I've been trying to find interviews because I really enjoy the interviews from the directors and the actresses of the show. And that's really where most of my research comes. I want it all over the screen, right? Bob's in the business. The best ones, right? She actually gives tips on how to make your boobs look so great, and it's the contour and highlight. She's like, my boobs look bigger than they are because of contour and highlight. I actually love Elvira for her mind. She's so smart. Cassandra Peterson is so smart. She really is. She has been quoted in an interview saying that she was raised by a pack of wild drag queens. She grew up with a mom and an aunt that owned a costume shop. So she grew up in that. As she was growing up, she got more interested in drag queens, and she actually joined in LA a actual drag queen show. Hi, Helen. How are you? I can't find The Ring free to stream anywhere. You're in the States, Ash, aren't you? Yeah, if you're in the States, see, The Ring is on our Netflix here and Amazon Prime for us. Yes, me too, Tangled. Me too. She is literally an idol of mine. I love Elvira. Vampira as well. You can find the original Ringu movies on YouTube. Oh, yes, you can actually find, you know what? Hold on. There is a series on YouTube as well. And here, I just actually found you the Japanese version. I'm going to post it right here. One of my favorite lines in Elvira is, I was just an innocent onlooker, right? Right? I love her quirkiness. Yeah, Tangled. It's because she's from the 1950s, right? 1950s. Now, there is a Ringu TV trailer, Ring 2, the best of Ringu. There's a few things on YouTube if you actually search for Ringu. Yeah. But yes, so if you have not seen Ringu, the Japanese version from 1998, you are truly missing out on some great horrors and spookiness. The North American version, I know a lot of people like it, but they've never seen Ringu. Ringu brings more of a spooky theatrical feeling to the film over than the North American version of the film. There are some differences in them. So if you do go and watch Ringu, you can actually go into the Discord and pull up all of my research from today and go back and forth and read it and kind of pull out some of the stuff that we talked about here on the show. So that is what I have for you guys for Ringu and Coffee Chat of Horrors. The originals are always better. I agree with you, Dante. We are going to get into New Nightmares. I've got